Saturday. If you're new here, my name is Lisa and I make gardening and nature videos on YouTube. And I finally remembered what day of the week it was. I've been forgetting 2 or 3 weeks in a row now. When it's Saturday, I don't remember it's Saturday until it's a little too late. So I didn't pre-record any videos this week. I've been really busy in the garden and working, and just everyday life has been busy. So I decided to do a little live garden tour. We're checking out my vegetable garden today. I have 3 boxes. This is all brand new. It's a new property that was made over during the winter and spring, and I'm going to show you what I've planted so far. I took you on a manure, let's call it manure amending journey maybe last week, sometime then. And I have planted up the vegetable garden. It's not done. It's got about 95% of it planted. So we'll check out what is growing and how it's doing. And we're also going to check out what's left in the milk jugs. So these are my 3 vegetable boxes, and they don't look like there's much in them, but there's actually quite a lot happening here. Starting in this corner, this is my manure bed where I put the aged and non-aged sheep manure. We have an Egyptian tomato, and I did buy some starter plants. I did have some plants from my milk jugs, but I felt like my tomato seedlings were too small, so I didn't actually use them. I just kind of ditched them. Well, I actually just dumped them into the bed you're looking at right now. I don't think they're going to grow. There might be the odd one, but they were just too small. So I have a few starter plants, and some of my other plants are from milk jugs. These here, these guys were all grown in milk jugs, and they're doing pretty well. And I cannot tell you what they are because I'd say 95% of my labels rubbed off of the milk jugs. So I have watermelon. No, I don't have watermelon. I have squashes, zucchinis, pumpkins, cucumbers, and several other things that are all similar looking. And I couldn't necessarily tell you which one is which, but I do have a lot of sprouts. So I'm going to get some squashes, pumpkins, probably some zucchinis, but I couldn't tell you what is what anymore. They're all kind of the same to me now. And that's okay. It'll be a fun garden surprise. So, if you've been around my channel for a while, you know I'm on this epic quest to grow watermelon. Hello, Strike, Jose, Gaming, Ben, welcome. I'm trying to grow watermelon on Vancouver Island, and let me tell you, that is a challenge. I have done it once successfully in 11 years where I was able to eat the watermelon. I have tried multiple times, and I am trying again. This is a brand new property, and let me show you my strategy for growing watermelon this year. I am in a zone, I want to say, depends who you ask, anywhere from 7 to 9 in hardiness zones for planting. On Vancouver Island, central Vancouver Island, some people say we're 7, some people say up to a 9. So this is my little watermelon growing strategy. I have 3 watermelon plants, and I haven't watered them today, so that could be a problem, but this is Sugar Baby. They're all Sugar Baby. And I basically made them little houses. I made watermelon houses. I've never done this before. And my strategy is actually, I'll show you in a second, I put rocks in a circle around the watermelon plants to generate heat. And then I created a barrier from the wind for, let's just say, more protection and more heat. So this is how it came to be. I'm thinking of putting larger rocks around these watermelons, and then perhaps, I don't know, I may add some more branches like I have here. This one is pretty well protected, that little watermelon, but Yes, they're watermelon houses. This is my first time making houses for my watermelons. And I think they like it in there. So I might actually add a little bit more protection, but so far I think they're doing okay. And I'm thinking of perhaps making my cantaloupes some little houses as well. Let me show you. Does it stop black people stealing them? Nobody is stealing anything here. I will tell you, the only thief has come to my property is not human, is actually the crows. And I have a little vengeance for these crows. I'm not super happy. They stole numerous tulip bulbs. I didn't know that the crows ate tulips, but let me tell you, crows will eat the bulbs. They will eat the greens. They will shred the greens. They will fly away with the bulbs. And I even caught them on camera doing that. So I have a little bit of a beef with the neighborhood crows that come to my property multiple times a day. Aside from that, there are no human thieves in this area that I'm aware of. Kitties like to come and visit, and I do love the kitties, but the crows are the culprits. They are the thieves. They love to cause mischief. Is crows the code word? I don't know what you're referring to, but they're the code word for thief in my books because they're stealing from my garden. How expensive is Vancouver? I don't know. I live on Vancouver Island. They leave them gifts. Don't stop doing that. I'll tell you what the crows left for me yesterday. They left me a McDonald's carton, like from a burger. There was no burger in there. They ripped me off. So if that was the gift, it was kind of one of those gifts that you're like, thanks, I think. Anyways, here, this is a honeydew melon. And I am definitely thinking about making a house for the honeydew melon because although it's probably a little bit more cold hardy than the watermelons, I think it could use protection. No, I am Canadian. I am not American. Vancouver Island is in Canada. For anyone who does not know, we are located 2 hours across the ocean by ferry. If you take an airplane, it's approximately, I want to say 30-40 minutes, and I'm not sure by helicopter. So no, Canada. And coming this way, we have another honeydew melon. And in the middle, these are some of my mystery plants that I couldn't actually tell you what they are now. Because they were grown in milk jugs and they didn't have a label. Coming over here, these are spaghetti squash, one of the few that actually the labels stayed on my milk jug. They're doing pretty well, these little spaghetti squash seedlings. And in the middle, I have an interesting thing planned. So if you see these little sticks that are standing up, these are basically pieces of my, yes, cucumbers. These are pieces of my arbutus tree that I took down recently. And I saved a whole bunch of different bits for different projects. So what I have done, can't see it yet, but I've planted beans all around these. So I'm hoping they're gonna climb up. And we'll see how it goes. The squash, cucumbers, and melons, and whatever else I planted, these mystery plants, many of them are vines, and they will probably climb the poles too. So this is going to play out in a very interesting fashion, I think. Can I plant mystery plants in your garden? Well, I think I have run out of real estate. I don't think I have a lot of space left. I have stuff coming up. So I redid this entire property, 9,000 square feet, since October 31st of last year. I've been renovating like mad, particularly the exterior, the garden, and the property. And I have bought hundreds of plants. I'm actually not exaggerating. But the property already had plants on it. So there were some that I took out of trees that were partially dying, ornamental grasses that didn't look very good, a very sick arbutus tree. However, there are still original plants here. So whatever was here combined with my hundreds of plants, let me tell you, that is a lot of plants. And I've also put out probably hundreds of flower seeds. So do I need more plants? The short answer is no. Will I get more plants? The real answer is probably yes. Can I plant mystery plants? Well, I have many mysteries. I'm actually going to show you guys a mystery because I've been wanting to do this. This is not I don't think it's a vegetable. This is in my regular garden. I have a few mysteries that I really, really, really want to know what they are, and I don't know what they are. So I'm hoping, hello Matthew, Leo, Dole for Life, Billy, welcome. I'm hoping you guys can solve a unrelated plant mystery. I don't know. I really want to know what this is because I need to know if I should be pulling it out, trying to kill it. I don't like to kill plants, but some of them have a right place, right time. And I need to know what this is. So this whole garden was different. I renovated it and the neighbors renovated it. So neighbors, no, the neighbors did not renovate it. The previous owners renovated it. And it's had many owners in the last like 11 years. It's had like 5 different owners. So this is like from gardens gone by and years gone by. I have this plant right here. Now, I don't know what this is. Can anybody tell me? It has popped up, like there's multiple shoots. And my first thought is it's some kind of tree. But this could be a shrub. It could be potentially a perennial flower, though I don't really think so. Snowberry. Use Google photo search. Well, sometimes I do. I haven't done it actually this time, but I used it at my old property, Google photo search, and I found it to be quite inaccurate most of the times. Looks like a snowberry planted in a pot. I don't think I can. Well, let's see. I'm going to attempt to pull. Actually, you're right. There is root. I could put this in a pot. I have lots of them. What do you guys think? Could this be an oak leaf hydrangea? I've never had an oak leaf hydrangea. I'm thinking about it. Well, that's unfortunate. It's definitely, I don't think this is any kind of drug. This does not look like it's anything like that. To me, potentially it's an oak leaf hydrangea. I really need to do more research, but I'm hoping some of the plant gurus out there can give me more insight. I'm going to look up the snowberry. I'm not familiar with the snowberries, so I'll look that up later. The leaves, yeah, they do, but this is not an oak tree. We have oak trees all over Vancouver Island, but this is definitely not an oak tree. That's why I was wondering if it could be oak leaf hydrangea, which would be amazing because I always wanted one. No, I am not taste testing this because I do not know what it is. I do taste test many things, but not things that I don't know what they are. That is a little too dangerous. Give it a nibble. Not this time, but I might just pop this into my manure garden actually, now that I've pulled it out and we have looked at that. We're going back to the vegetable garden and I think I'm just going to pop this guy in. I have not watered yet today, but let's just put it into the ground. I'm not wearing my gloves, so I don't really want to get too dirty right now, but I just broke the root. That's okay. We'll just give it a drink. I'm going to do a very vacation. I'm going to do a very thorough watering after the live stream. What time is it? I don't know, maybe 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It might be 5 by now. I'm not really sure. But the sun just came out. It was actually quite chilly earlier. And it's quite a nice temperature now. But we'll water later. Plants definitely need water. So that is this part of the vegetable garden. We're going to check out the milk jugs a little bit later. But we have more to check out over here. 4:44 in Nanaimo. Okay. Well, we are in the same city. This is my garlic. This was the very first thing I planted on this property when I moved here. And it's doing okay. I have to say, probably not as vigorous as the garlic in my last property, but Nothing wrong with it. It is getting a little yellow on the tips, but that's fine. And right here, these are more mystery plants from my milk jugs that I can't tell you what they are, but I suspect that these are actually zucchini because I did plant zucchini and they're giving me zucchini vibes. So I think this is probably zucchini. And I have a few of them. So if this is zucchini and if all 4 of my plants survive and grow, I'm going to have a lot of zucchinis because typically 1 zucchini plant can give you quite a few zucchini vegetables, but that's all good. I will love to have an abundance. It's 4:44. Good to know. I didn't know that. I do this on my phone. I always make videos and live stream on my phone. I have used the laptop, but not very often. And I can't actually see the time right now. All I can see is a little bit of my face. I see little icons that kind of go this way, and then I see the chat from like here down. So I don't have a full view of all of what's going on here. Let's turn the camera around. So, bedtime. Good night. If you're going to bed now, have a lovely evening. Have good dreams. This here is a flower. I think it's Tixie, but I'm not sure. I know Suffolk Susie, if she comes around, she will know for certain. She's a Tixie queen on her New York property. She has a lot of flower, and it is very lush. Whatever it is, I can't wait to see it flower. This was original to the property. It's not a vegetable, it is a flower. And I don't know if it's edible because I don't know what it is. Here we have chives. They are so beautiful. And just for you guys, I'm gonna do some flower eating. I don't know if you're new here. Have to get back to my garden, putting together a green stalk with strawberries for my mom. Oh, that is lovely. Well, enjoy. Happy Mother's Day to your mom. I'm going to do a little chive eating for you flower lovers who haven't seen me eat flowers before, or maybe you have. Let's pick a flower to eat. Chives are edible flowers. There are many edible flowers. If you're new here, I love to taste test flowers. I have taste tested a ton of flowers on this channel. I forgot to start my zucchini. Well, there you go. There's something you need to do. So chives are completely edible. You can eat the greens, you can eat the flowers, and I highly encourage you to eat the flowers. They are so good. Oh my God. Oh yeah, these are so delicious. I would use some foul language, but I'm not going to get banned on YouTube. Very delicious. Put these in a salad. Put them in your cooking. So if I was cooking with these, and I do, and I'm planning to cook probably tonight, I'm going to make I have some ground turkey, and I'm going to make kind of a Mexican-like dish with like salsa. I'm gonna put some of these in, something kind of spicy, and I'm going to create basically like a salsa-y, ground turkey concoction that I'm gonna put in like a tortilla kind of wrap kind of situation that's Mexican style. That's my dinner. Can I have the leftovers? Well, there will be leftovers, but I think that'll feed me for a while. So I don't cook that often. I like to have leftovers so I don't have to cook every day. And I think I have to go possibly visit my mom later because it is Mother's Day. We'll see. So, one more flower before we continue the tour. These are really nutritious too. Probably more nutritious than a regular onion. But strong, I warn you. These are very strong. You have to think of it as an extra potent onion. That's what I'm eating in flower form. Whew, that's got to kill some viruses and bugs and things like that. So I have over here, this is a Spanish lavender. just started blooming. It is giant. This is original to the property. Let me show you if I can do this. This is like a size comparison. Well, it doesn't look giant here, but it actually is. It's very large. And it is gorgeous. And right beside it, I planted little bell peppers. They are just starting to bloom. We have a Belgian pepper. I'd say I've got 4 bodies buried in my raised beds. Oh dear. Oh, that's a little disturbing. And this is a red Belgian pepper. So they're both red Belgians. Looking forward to trying those out. Coming this way, I have some more stuff in this corner. We have a little tomato plant. This is a beefsteak tomato. And then I have little tiny lettuces planted right in front. There's a basil at the back. And here's a cucumber. And right here, there's another cucumber and a marigold. And if you think for 1 second, I've gone a little crazy with putting plants too close together, you wouldn't be mistaken. This is on purpose. I'm trying out something called square foot gardening. If you're unfamiliar with it, the main principles of, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm not getting into this discussion. The main principle of square foot gardening is that you utilize pretty much every little centimeter, every millimeter of your garden space. You ideally, when it's all said and done, you don't want dirt to be showing. And I know I have a long way to go, but when these plants mature, that is my goal, to try to utilize every centimeter, every couple of millimeters of my dirt to be growing something, but ideally food, but flowers are okay too. What is your favorite variety of cucumber? Well, in terms of eating, my favorite variety is a English cucumber. But I like all cucumbers, and I love, 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 love pickles. Like, pickles are my thing. I love vinegar. I just love the simplicity of eating like a little pickle with that vinegar flavor. Of course, you can get all the different flavors of pickles, but I am like a pickle addict. Like, I love my pickles. There actually aren't that many people out there that love pickles, but it's kind of weird because in my family, me and my brother are very much pickle lovers, but we're the only pickle lovers for some strange reason. My parents like vinegar and they like that kind of sourness, but they don't necessarily love pickles the way that we do. And we are not twins. We are 2 years apart. We have birthdays a few days apart, but we are by no means twins. But our food preferences in some way are very similar. Yes, I love pickles and I love English cucumbers. Any perennials? Yes! Let me show you the perennials. I'm so excited about them. Over in this corner, we have, this is Swiss chard. This is called rainbow Swiss chard, and this is a perennial. And I cannot say how much I love this Swiss chard. It is by far my new favorite vegetable. I had never eaten it, never tried it, never grown it in all my years of gardening until I moved to this house. And it had 3 plants, the ones right here. They were original and they were growing, and I started eating them last fall when I moved here. They were here all winter. They grew a little bit in the winter, not a ton, and they're taking off again in the spring. And if there is one thing I can recommend to anyone watching, anyone who's never gardened, anyone who is a gardener, you have to grow Swiss chard. It is so delicious. I cannot tell you how delicious it is. It is so versatile. You can eat it as a salad, but you can also saute it. It's got these beautiful stems, and to me, when I eat this, if I want to cook it, this is more of like a celery vibe, and this is more of a lettuce vibe. But it is such a versatile vegetable, and it is perennial, and it is so gorgeous. It also gives me rhubarb vibes. Like, it is just so versatile, so amazing. I am like such an advocate for Swiss chard now. I never thought that in a million years that I would like this vegetable, But here it was. I have gotten myself addicted to this vegetable, and it is so delicious. So if you never grow anything in your garden, but you want to try growing something, try Swiss chard. It is so easy to grow. But you can snort it. Well, I don't snort anything, so I couldn't tell you. Maybe you can, but I don't know if that's possible. You are a carnivore, then you are missing out, my friend. I am not a vegetarian in any way, shape, or form. I love protein, I love meat. Even though I love animals, I still eat meat. But let me tell you, you are missing out if you are purely a carnivore. There are so many delicious fruits and vegetables out there. Don't deprive yourself unless you have a very good medical reason for being carnivore and not an omnivore. You might be missing out on a spice of life that you may not have considered. So, highly encourage you to expand your palate, my friend. I just have to show you the beauty of this beautiful plant. It is just so gorgeous. The hot pink, the purple, the green, it is so lovely. And right over here, this is new to me. This is a mountain spinach, and this is also perennial. And look at those colors. So I planted this, I'm going to say about a month ago. I didn't even know this existed, and I have grown spinach several times over the years. I found this in a starter pack, and the funny thing was, I literally thought I was buying one plant because it was like, I think it was a 6-inch, but it wasn't like a multi-pack. It was one single like cell of soil and plant. And then I decided, I pulled it out and realized there were like 11 rooted individual seedlings in the package for like 3 something, which was crazy. Your forehead is half your face. Yeah, it probably is. I'm too close to the camera. Fruits are good, but leafy vegetables are really bad. No, I don't grow marijuana. I'm not into that. It's just not for me. Well, you have new fertilizer. I like sheep manure. I like rabbit manure. I like, well, I don't know about the sheep. I've just tested it out, but manures are great. I personally wouldn't recommend human manure unless you are well versed in how that is properly composted. There is a process. I am not familiar with it. I hope you know what you're doing if you're using that. Same with dog manure. You actually can, if you know what you're doing, use that, but you have to know what you're doing, and I don't recommend it because most people do not know what they're doing. You have to be very well versed on how to compost manures. There is a method for composting carnivore-based animal manure, and you really need to know what you're doing. No, I am not from Dakota. I am from Vancouver Island. Over here, there are some onions. These were original on the property. And they're doing pretty good. I've been cutting and eating from them. I'm not really pulling out and eating the base. I really prefer to eat the greens. So that's them. Over here, I have some more little plant mysteries from my milk jugs. There are 4 of them. And in here, these are beets. This is my milk jug. So when these get just a tiny bit bigger, you will only grow vegetables. No, that is not true. I have fruit trees, I have berry bushes, I have a whole pile of ornamental stuff. Yes, I have tomatoes too. No, I don't grow magic mushrooms. I'm sorry, I don't know how to do that. Some people are into the mushrooms. I am not a mushroom man. Yes, a garden. So, oh my God, you guys, I have to show you. This is what I was talking about. The crow that always comes to see me. I don't know if you can see it. It was in my bird bath for like a second. I scared it away, and then it went on the fence, and then it flew away. But anyways, my beets, we looked at those. This is some lettuce I still need to transplant into the garden. A little sad looking cucumber. There's another tomato for you. This is some kind of an Egyptian tomato. Just starting to flower. And yes, I did buy this one. I did not grow it from seed. Is it Mount Benson? Yes, it is Mount Benson. So this is a rosemary plant in full bloom. Do I make my own compost? Yes, I do. I'll show you my bin. Right over here, and at the top I have a bee house. I had one day where the bees were like going crazy for this for the bee house, but then they sort of disappeared. So I'm assuming they're out in the flowers now. And over here we have some more cucumbers. This is the English cucumber, which I told you I enjoy, and I certainly do. We have a salad bush cucumber here. This is a basil plant that somebody's been eating, and I would put money on snails. I have seen families of snails in this garden, and I don't like to kill animals, or insects, or worms, or snails, or slugs. I have not been killing these snails. I actually picked some Swiss chard the other day and found some on my plants that I had in my kitchen sink, and I had put water on them, but they were still alive, and I couldn't help myself. I picked it up and put it back outside. I didn't want to kill it. It was still just slugging, like moving around, and I couldn't bear the thought of killing it. I'm so sorry about the basil. I need some for my pasta. I grow cucumbers if you want mine. Well, I will have some eventually. I do have these plants I just showed you. So I think I have maybe 4 or 5 cucumber plants. And realistically, that should be plenty. I should get way more cucumbers than I need from my plants, as long as the slugs don't eat them. We'll look at some strawberries. These are some of my strawberry plants, just starting to bloom. This is an alpine strawberry from my last property. It gets whitish, pale orange berries. They are so delicious, and they taste like cotton candy. And moving along, I'll show you another strawberry plant that is further along. Right over here, this is a ever-sweet strawberry, and there's one little red berry starting. A few more. Not quite ready to pick, but pretty soon. There's several on there. This is one of my rose bushes for people who are wondering what else do I grow. I grow lots of ornamental things. And let's check out my fig trees. Have I sprinkled salt on slugs? I will never do that. That is so unkind. Although I understand why gardeners do that. I don't have that in me to do that to a creature. This is my pear tree. And it was just planted in November of last year, and there are definitely little baby pears starting to form. I don't know if you can see that, but there definitely are a few of them on here. I'm trying to focus the camera. Doesn't really want to focus here, but there's a few pears here and there starting to form. I'm going to guess there's at least 12, maybe 15. I think there could be more. There were actually 50 flowers on this tree. I actually counted them, which is crazy. So there could be more than 12 or 15. I get surprised sometimes. Can you grow me a lava lamp? I don't think those grow on trees. Could be wrong though. Coming this way, we have a fig tree. This is a Desert King, and it was planted in November, and there's only 2 figs on it so far. But that's okay. There could be more coming, and even if I only get 2, that's fine. Holy shit, guys. I am shocked at what I just discovered. If I remember a few minutes ago, there was a crow here, and let me show you, it left something behind. Have you considered a mulberry tree? No, I have not, but look at this. What is this? This almost looks like a nest. Whatever this is, the crows just put it here like a few minutes ago. It almost looks like, what the heck is this? What in the world? That almost looks like a piece of animal. What the heck? What is that? Should I touch it? I swear that's an animal, or what is it? I need to know what the heck this thing is. It almost looks like it has eyes. I'm not even kidding you. I don't know if it's alive or if it's dead. It looks like part of a lizard. That's what I was thinking. I've never seen a lizard that looks like this. I swear it has eyes, which is kind of disturbing. I'm gonna get a little stick. I don't really wanna. Is it alive? I can't even tell. And if it is alive, then holy shit, I've never seen anything like this before. I think it might be dead, but what the heck? That is wild. And then in this thing, like, did the crows build this, or was that related to this somehow? I don't know. Crows are leaving you offerings like you are their god. I am starting to wonder about these crows. They are so weird. That's all I'm going to say about that. They come every single day, almost like a dog, and they are so, let's call them friendly in crow-like form. It's been very weird. I've never had these crow-like experiences before, but I am kind of shocked with whatever the heck this is. Now, if this is a dead animal, I feel like this is the beginning of a love story. Maybe it is. This is some kind of strange love affair between me and the crows. Except there's two of them, so tell me what that means. I don't know what it means. It is very strange. She's starting a crow cult. I don't know. I don't know what I'm starting, but this is very weird. I did not expect this. And if this is an animal, I think I need to bury it, but I don't want to bury it right now. My last property, whenever I found a deceased animal, and there were a few, there were birds, there were rats, there were a few different animals, and I always gave them a proper burial, but I don't want to do it on the live stream. I'll do it after. But that critter is really creeping me out. That lizard or piece of lizard or whatever the heck it is it's got creepy vibes to me. And I really want to know about this. Was this a nest that they were building? And if it is, why the heck would they put it in my bird bath? Like, who puts their nest in the bird bath? I don't think crows have live births. They're in eggs. So, like, why would they want to put a nest in a bird bath? Like, it's full of water. Like, I don't understand. This is, like, bizarre. I did not expect to find that. And it's looking pretty gross. I changed this water 2 days ago, and it is full of crud. So I really need to, like, wash it out, give this a proper burial, and do something with this. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I have to do something with it. So I think we're gonna just maybe check out some of the blueberry bushes, and then we'll call it a day. Let's go over here. This is one of my blueberries that is just starting to bloom. Looks like there's going to be quite a few flowers. Love the color of the foliage. It's really beautiful. And this is one of my ornamental purest bushes. Love the flowers and the foliage. So that's going to be it for Garden Tour Saturday. Thank you for joining me on this wild live stream. I did not expect to have some of those findings. I hope you are having a lovely Saturday, and we'll probably see you back in the forest soon. Okay, bye-bye.